Looking at Google, you'll probably think, oh, is the place I sat clean? And then go back again. That's why you paste it there. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm Bukandek. I'm her mother. Are our viewers doing well? Today, I'm here at home with my mom after a long time, and we're having a chat together. My mom told me a really interesting story, and I wanted to share it with our viewers. Mom, could you tell it again for us? My mom came here and saw all kinds of interesting and funny posts, and every time she saw them, she found them so amusing that she really wanted to tell me about them. I wonder which phrase was the most memorable for my mom, and where did she come across that phrase? Let's listen to my mom's story. Mom, what did you hear? Mom is there. I lived in North Korea, and now I'm living here in South Korea. When I came here, first of all, the environment caught my eye first. There are so many buildings, signs, and slogans. When I ride in a car on the highway, I see all kinds of writing. There are so many on the highway. That's what I saw, yes. I saw it on the highway too, and at the rest stop too. I saw it in my mom, because I accept it as something new. But for people here, it's something they see every day, so it probably doesn't work as well. But for me, it really touched my heart. The writing said, if you try to go 5 minutes earlier, you might end up going 50 years earlier. Mom, a car accident. It's made that way to prevent it. But the writing is touching, and it makes me realize that I really need to keep that in mind. That short phrase makes me wake up. And then things like this again. If that's the case, it's enjoyable. Will you end your journey as a trip to the afterlife? At first I saw these kinds of writings and wondered what they meant, but then I realized, oh, that's what they mean. When I was in North Korea, before rice planting, everyone would chant slogans like, let's arm ourselves with Comrade Kim Il-sung's revolutionary ideology, clapping in unison. And then, like, be careful of forest fires, with some kind of revolutionary spirit, let's arm ourselves thoroughly. Self-reliance. Those slogans, those manifestos that beat you with a stick, are completely new slogans. But when I came here, there were naturally those kinds of restrictions. It warms my heart, but at the same time I become aware. If you become aware, they're people, so why did I do that? Why do people here seem to have such a high sense of civic duty, even though they don't seem to be taught manners that much? I began considering this while reading such posts. A person themselves starts to reflect on themselves and become aware, and that's what happens. Then, where did I go next? I happened to take a bus, and when I looked around by chance, I saw something written on the bus. You, who thank the driver for his hard work today, are truly wonderful. Person, that's a nice thing to say. Are you complimenting me? Or greeting the driver? Or complimenting the driver? I don't even know myself. I easily get an impression and form an impression. It's such a typical kind of writing, leading people with something touching like that. Even that kind of writing. And basically, every phrase just feels so warm, so somehow you end up acting that way too.
You choose to behave that way, even when it's unnecessary.
Even without being forced, except for having to play North Korean music, it seeps in everywhere, and people become conscious of it.
So that it brings people to life like this.
Even a single word was written like that. And in another book,
passing by in the writing,
I saw that people make books, and books make people.
Isn't that such a wonderful saying? It's such a wonderful saying.
So while I was riding in the car, I kept looking at that phrase, and it really touched my heart. Oh, that means we should read a lot of books, right? That's what it means. And whatever you write, if you go with a positive attitude, a good world will come to you. Only through struggle, when positivity and negativity clash and positivity wins, does a better world come. Oh, that's what it means. Oh, I see. I also wondered what that meant, but that's what it was.
positively with positivity, and negativity and positivity clash as we live together in society, and only by confronting each other like that can we create a better world. That's what it means. And it's the same even when you go to the bathroom.
Have you ever seen a saying like, the place you sit is clean and a clean body makes the place beautiful? You are truly a beautiful person?
Mom, there was a saying in the bathroom.
Mom, there are many examples. In North Korean bathrooms, it says, let's not use bleach. You get a certain feeling when you see it, right? That's what it is.
No, it's not. It's an order.
It's an order from me.
The writing's from North Korea. It's an order from me. What is that square thing? That kind of coercive way of doing things. There are a lot of letters here. Naturally, a person. When I see that sign guiding people naturally, I end up looking back to check if the seat I sat in is clean. That's why they put it up. It has that kind of effect.
That's what it does.
Maybe it's because I've adapted to this society so quickly, but I keep noticing those kinds of eye-catching phrases everywhere. I see a lot of those interesting sayings.
That's it. And I get touched.
And things like that.
There are a lot of those things. And there are also a lot of phrases people stick on the back of their cars. A lot of phrases people stick on the back of their cars.
What it said was, I cooked rice and came out. What does that mean? Oh, that's for beginner drivers, those who are new to driving?
They can't drive well, women. Sometimes when someone is new to driving, they might not be very good at it. But then there are some men who get frustrated and say things like, why don't you just cook instead of driving? So women write on the back of their cars saying they've already cooked and cleaned before coming out to drive. Try taking off young box clothes.
And then there are also signs that say, I got my driver's license just yesterday, and sometimes baby first. Please help accident.
If there's an accident, please save the baby first. So when you see that car, you think, oh, there's a baby on board, or that's a mom driving. And if someone says they just got their driver's license yesterday, you think, I should yield to that person.
With just that one word, everything is summed up. So not even one of those things. That's what you call consideration. Even novice drivers signal to the car behind them. That's why I'm driving slowly. The person behind will then understand and say, oh, I see. And then you don't do anything to that person, right? You just do it slowly without attaching it. But then you start to get angry.
You get angry, that too.
Now, when it comes to driving, it's about consideration everywhere.
Everything is done with consideration, you know, like, oh, please do this and please do that.
They keep promoting manners and things like that. But over there, they don't do that.
They go around promoting it so much. Each organization promotes and teaches manners. But here, even without that kind of promotion, they inspire people with words that awaken their consciousness, move them, and even stimulate their appetite like that.
That's what they did.
Things like that. Every time I see it, really.
There are so many interesting things.
I said I was touched when I saw that on the highway with my mom. When I first came here, I saw a sign that said, if you doze off for a moment, you'll sleep forever. If you drive drowsy, you'll end up sleeping forever. So I was gripping the steering wheel, telling myself, don't doze off, don't doze off. And even though I felt scared, it really made me alert.
It really makes you alert.
If you really doze off while driving, if you fall asleep on the highway, it can cause a major accident.
That's why they're...
If you look on the highway, there are rest areas so you can stop and rest when you feel sleepy. They're there so you can take a break and keep going safely.
When you see that, even if you were sleepy, your eyes suddenly open wide. There are times when it wakes you up like that.
So was that fun for you, Mom?
Each and every word truly moves a person's heart and awakens their consciousness.
That's what it does.
That's right, just like that.
If you live here, the reason your words naturally become softer is because of those kinds of words. I want to try living more gently too. My heart feels warmer, and that's why you want to do it that way. Even if a mom sees it, she would want you to save the baby first. Of course you want to save the baby first. All of those things are a big help to us. The bathroom part was so funny.
Mom. The bathroom too. How clean it is.
There, the bathroom is like an art museum. Some bathrooms, when you go to a lounge or something, are like a museum.
They even display paintings.
And put them up?
Mom, at the rest area.
When you go to a rest area, there are so many pretty bathrooms. Some places even decorate the bathrooms like an art gallery.
It feels good to wash your hands in those bathrooms too. South Korea has amazing bathrooms that I love. That's probably why my mom found it so amazing, funny, and even touching at the same time. And when we're driving, it feels good. And when my mom sees those kinds of phrases, she smiles inside. And sometimes her heart feels warm and she just feels really happy when she sees those nice sayings. Today I just talked about something that might seem really trivial, but it felt really big to my mom. It's about the warm phrases you can find all over our country and also the phrases that make you feel tense. When discussing those topics and comparing them to North Korea, the differences are vast. Did you enjoy watching, dear viewers? Thank you so much for enjoying Bukhandek's story today as well.